and have fast traveled, so yeah, that was just like way too much time lost. Actually, you have to collect over half of the gem. There's only 10,500 gems that are collectible in the first 5 worlds. And you have to collect 6,000 of them to get into Nasty's world. So you actually have to do a lot of the game. Which is why any percent is a pretty cool run, because there's been like a lot of thought that went into routing any percent in the first place. And a lot of that thought actually carried over into this run, so... But unfortunately, because the any percent is so similar, there's actually like not many differences from the original. Except for there's just less movement mechanics in this game. So, in a way, there's just less room for improvement. There probably will never be like a massive skill gap between players in this game. Except maybe in 120. 120 might still have a pretty big skill gap. But it really depends if anyone actually runs 120. I'm still debating whether I want to dedicate much time to it. I think I might just want to like beat Jumpy's time, get like a 111 or a 110 or something, and then call it and move on, and then just wait for the PC version. And hope for a patch, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the community will want to patch the games ourselves and fix a few things. No, I think Jumpy is like one of the only people that has done a trifecta so far. And I don't blame him, because unless you're good at the games, it's gonna be at least 10 hours. Or sorry, if you're good at the games, then it's gonna be at least 10 hours. Oh yeah, Wed did HD Sprechspecta. That's even more psychotic. 23 hours of death.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I don't even think I have time in a day to actually do a trifecta since I got my job. Because I think I could think of many other things that I'd want to do other than torture myself like that. But maybe if I was really good at all 3 games, I would want to, but yeah. We're never moving to RTA. That would be stupid. That would be like really unfair. Oh, Katie, but that's 100 gig in a day or 2. We have like 2 days left. Yeah. So maybe calm it tomorrow. Yeah, we're gonna move to loadless timer once it's like solid enough. I think what he's working on right now is a way to get rid of false positives, but count all the load times properly. Because right now it's like, if the gem pops up on the screen like it is right now, it takes like a second. It'll like be like, okay, if the gem's been on screen for a second, then I'll pause. And I think that ends up being inaccurate because of lag and stuff, and I don't know. There's certain things that we might want to change with the loadless timer. We'll have to wait and see. Well, IGT takes out a lot more than just loads. Pretty much any time you don't have control of Spyro is considered not in-game time. So anytime you pause and go to the menu, that pauses in-game time when it shouldn't. Well, in theory, in-game time, technically you're not in the game, you're not playing the game in the menu, but in a speedrun, menuing is definitely part of a speedrun. Having fast menuing and stuff is definitely part of skill involved with speedrunning. So like that's just one instance of it not being counted. Anytime you're rescuing a dragon, that is also not counted towards IGT. Any cutscenes that play are not counted. Like, yeah, you get the idea. Get off the damn cannon, dude. I agree with you, Punchy, for sure. But yeah, There's only certain things that are really load screens in this game. One of them is the black load screen. And the other one is when the gem is on the screen. That's actually like a load. But there might be some differences. I don't know, there's certain things that we can't like calculate very well. Like if somebody leaves through a return home portal, we can't, there's no like point of reference that we can be like, okay, he just entered the portal, we're gonna stop the timer type thing. So unfortunately it's probably not going to be perfect with the loadless timer, but it'll probably be more accurate than IGT. Don't worry about it. You can ask all the questions you want. Nothing wrong with asking questions. But yeah, the IGT in this game is like way off, I find. Because even stuff like this thief, if you flame him regularly, there's like a 3 or 4 second animation of the egg homing in, and for IGT, that is not counted. So like doing quick thief kills, like I just did, really don't matter. You could literally do slow thief kills all you want, and it won't affect your in-game time. So there's definitely some differences that we need loadless for. Because yeah, if we went by RTA, then I would have the record in 120, and I would have the record in this. And that's not really fair. Probably just forced everyone to run their PBs through the load remover and then resubmit them. Oops. I'm all over the place. Ice cabin got me slipping. A DVD, definitely. VHS is crap. Like, it is a good thing that VHS is dead. One flaw in the video goes all over the place. It's so true. Like, it's a very flawed system. It's very mechanical, right? If anything goes mechanically wrong with the tape, then it's screwed.
Hop aboard for the Magic Crafter's world if you're ready.
Also, VHS, I don't think can get near the same quality as like a DVD. Movies and SD card. Yeah. Kind of wonder the same thing. I already find that Blu-rays and CDs in general, they're just, they've reached their end of life. Like, I really don't see the fact that we had made Blu-rays in the first place, I think was a mistake. The fact that they were continuing with like something as bulky as like a CD drive or a DVD drive it's a waste of space, honestly. It is technology that we should abandon. IMO. Plus it scratches, yeah, that's also a good point. Definitely not a good thing. Scratches are definitely bad. I mean, even when you just compare like how much space a CD can have in comparison to something much smaller, like an SD card, you just think like, well, what are we doing, right? Why would we continue with CDs if we can put something on something much, much smaller and, like on an SD card the size of your freaking finger, you can probably store like, I want to say like 100 times, or maybe not 100 times, maybe like, let's do lowball of 10 times more on like a fraction of the space needed. Also, yeah, that was stupid. Yeah. That was a waste of time. Very shitty to suck. Well, Blu-rays can go up to 50 gigs. So like the ones that you can put in your console, those are like usually 50 gig cap. I think they're working on one that can go up to like 150 gig, but it's like, why even bother at this point? Like, what are you doing with your life type thing. It's just a technology that doesn't make sense to pursue, honestly. I think that it's a waste of time. But yeah, this goes back to a conversation I had about modern console gaming, and like everything is digital, right? You pretty much just use CDs or Blu-ray discs to install the media onto the console, right? So what are we doing using CDs? I think that's highly inefficient. Because the amount of space it takes to have a CD drive in the first place is just like, well, a rather large bulk of what your console could be has a CD drive. And I just think that it's just a waste of space, honestly. Like, why do you have a CD drive when you could just use that space to, like, store an extra hard drive or, you know, have extra motherboard, you know? It's just like, yeah, but honestly, it just makes no sense. I know it's a whole, like, money thing and, like, business thing, but it's just like, logically, it just doesn't make sense to continue with the whole CD drive thing. It's like, with retailers, just get them to sell, like, product keys. I don't know. You know? It just doesn't make sense. It's a dead technology. It should be definitely thrown to the wayside. Yeah, and I think that's just the case now. Oh yeah, games on SD cards would load faster, they would transfer data faster, like, so many things would be a lot better, right? So I just think it's like really stupid and ignorant that we continue along this whole like CD thing. I think CDs have reached the end of days. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking, Sarah. It's like, imagine how much more power you could get out of that system if you converted that CD drive into a tiny little SD card reader and then put so much power in there. Like, you could convert that space into so much power. That's also another thing that benefits SD cards gone, because you could actually have pretty much any game nowadays could be put on an SD card, like, and read from the SD card. Like, I don't think any game, like, exceeds, like, 500 gig, you know? So that's also something they got going for them. Like, I don't know, there's so many benefits. I feel like it's the way of the future. I say they probably have better shelf life than a CD. CDs get scratched up and, like, rendered useless within probably 50 years. You can only clean a CD so many times before it doesn't clean anymore and can't be read. They would definitely store longer than CDs, for sure. CDs have a lot more things going bad for them. I mean, just look at carts. Carts last longer than CDs, I find. I mean, yeah, I swear a fair bit. I try not to, but, you know, I'm speedrunning a video game. Definitely gonna provoke some mature language. Viewer discretion is advised. Oh, come on, what? The hell was that? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Why do I always lose sparks on this level? Why this level of all levels? Damn.
Would you like to go?
I can guarantee you that CDs have less of a shelf life than digital media. Well, I guess CD kind of is digital media, but like flash drives are much more durable, and honestly they're way better. Like, they last abuse a lot better. They outlast abuse a lot better, for lack of better wordage. Yeah, that's true. I guess. You can't hack a CD. I mean, you can put harmful things on a CD. I wouldn't say you can't hack a CD. Like, if somebody hacked into your computer, they can probably hack your CD. I don't know. That seems like a moot point. Like, if they really wanted to, if they hacked into your computer, they can probably put some malicious stuff on a CD if they really wanted to, but that doesn't seem worth it. If you're already in there, you might as well work with what you got instead of what's... Why would you want to hack a CD? Because all a CD is just another way to store digital information, so no different than a flash drive in that sense. That's true. It'd probably take more to power a Blu-ray drive than it would to power like a SD reader, I would say. But I don't think it's much of an issue. And technically the Blu-ray drive would only be in use when you're installing the game. So it wouldn't be using much power unless you're actually like using it to install the game. Or I guess in the case if you were watching a Blu-ray movie, it would use it then. But power really isn't an issue when it comes to like these smaller consoles. It's just the fact that the CD drive itself takes up a massive amount of space. Just think of how much space an SSD takes up, and think of how big a CD drive is. And think of how much space an SSD can hold versus how much a CD can hold. And like, even if you just do those comparisons themselves, it's like, well, what the hell are we doing with CD drives nowadays? You know? I know it's an unfair comparison, but like, it just doesn't make sense. Even if they replace the CD drive with another hard drive, I would be happier. You know? Even if that's all they did, I would be happier. Because I think that's a much better use of the the console space. Huh. Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. I think it also might have to be with cost of making the disc. Like, I think maybe Blu-ray discs are cheap as dirt. But I feel like we must be able to make these SD cards for, like, really cheap. I don't think that it should be a cost issue. But I definitely think CD list is the way to go. We're in 2019 in a few days, you know? Time to move forward with the technology, IMO. Because if the next gen console has CD drives, I'm just gonna question what the hell they're thinking. Because already with how the Xbox One and PS4 still have CD drives, I was already like, you know, what the hell are you thinking? Oh no, dude. No. That's the last thing I wanted to happen. I mean, like, the only thing that the CD drive is used for on the new consoles is to install games from CDs. And the only reason that would be useful is if you buy them from stores. And with how much online, like how many people are buying online anyways, like I just don't see the point. I'm doing fine. If he wants it, he might not even want it. Oh, really? I didn't really think of it, but yeah, if you're never gonna do it again. Right. I mean, if he's going through the hassle of selling it, like, you can just have it. I don't know. Right. Yeah. Gotcha. You just went right through the fucking whirlwind. Love you. Fuck this game, dude. Complete garbage. You gotta be joking, like... I hate when you let go of the fucking charge button. He keeps fucking charging, like... Why? Why is that a thing? Why do they have to make this video game complete garbage? You would think, when I let go of charge, I probably don't want to be charging anymore, but apparently, no. Oh, this run is dead. It had a chance at being something, now it's being garbage. Oh yeah, you still have to put the disc in. That was their way of like preventing people from using 2 copies at the same time. Or like, using that copy on multiple consoles, I mean, at the same time. So that you can't give your copy to your friend. Yep. Typical. Alright, see you, Xenoflame. Thanks for hanging out. Ah, man. Can't believe I ruined this run. I could just blame Katie, because she was the... Oh well. Try to do whatever I can with this run. I think it was like a really bad gem count, so I don't think it's a big deal. What the fuck was that, man? Hey, Cat and Tess. It's going alright. Get up there, you little shit. Yeah, I definitely think that the gem count would have ruined this run anyways. Well, I can guarantee you that Steam wouldn't go offline. That's like having a fear that like Apple Store is gonna go offline, or like the Google Play Store and stuff. Like, I think that's an unrealistic fear. I don't think it's something to worry about. Oh my god, really? You think that SM64 is easier to run? I am so trash at that game. I tried picking it up, and I suck. I am so bad. But yeah, having a fear that like modern game collection stuff like Steam or PSN or anything goes offline, like, that's quite unrealistic. They would have to go out of business for them to go offline. Which I guess isn't impossible. Like, maybe it could happen, but I mean, if Sony or Steam goes out of business, I think we got more things to worry about than our video games. That's like if YouTube went out of business and pulled down their entire site. I still don't think I can PB with this, just because of, my gem count. My gem count's terrible. I need 565. Actually, no, I need 565, right? Yeah. That's not too terrible, I guess. Yeah, I can deal with this, actually. I think I know what to do. Perfect gem count. Oh, I've never beaten SM64. I think the first time I played it was when I had played it.
Are you ready to go?
And I think it took me like an hour to get like a couple stars. That's how bad I am. Like, don't underestimate how bad I am at SM64. Okay, I guess this still has a chance to PB. Funny. And yeah, that probably helps. Sitting down with somebody and him teaching you how to do every freaking glitch there is. I just have no idea what I'm doing when I play that game. I am terrible. So yeah, I'm staying away from that game. Not touching it. Alright, I'm going for this again. There, it worked. Can't believe I lost like 30 seconds on this run. Wow, that was very unexpected. PB. $28.40 maybe? $28.42. Not bad. Getting there. Be right back.